Question number 9, a word problem, which is the favorite of many students, or favorite type of question at least. I'm drawing a rectangle because we're talking about a rectangle here. The length of a rectangle is 1 foot greater than twice its width. So, I'm not making this to scale. So the length is supposed to be 1 foot greater than twice the width. I'm going to call the width W. And because of that, the length will be just 2W plus 1. Why is that? Well, because twice the width would be just 2 times W. And the length is just 1 foot greater than twice the width. So 2W plus 1. And we know that the area is 78 square feet. Great. Now let's determine the width of the rectangle. Now we know that the area of a rectangle is the width times the length. In this case, the length is 2W plus 1. We have W right here, multiplying. And the area we know it's 78. So if we solve for this, we will know the width. Fantastic. So, okay, well, actually let me start all the way up top here so I have more room to write. So I have 78 equals W times 2W, it's 2W squared, and W times 1, it's just W. Now, I'm going to bring the 78 over to the right-hand side by subtracting 78 from both sides. So those go away. We get 0 equals 2W squared plus W minus 78. So how can we now solve this equation? I will just use the quadratic formula. So this is going to be a quick and clean process. And to do that, I will need to determine A, B, and C. So A is equal to 2, B is equal to 1, and C is equal to negative 78. Let me write that down so that nobody gets confused. And here's the quadratic formula, of course. Minus 4AC all over 2A. Now, so we have negative B plus or minus B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Didn't give myself too much room, but that's okay. So negative B squared minus 4AC. That's supposed to be a negative 78 right here. And down below we have just a 2. So negative 1 plus or minus square root of 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times 2 times 78. And I'm just going to quickly use the calculator to figure that out. So 4 times 2 is 8 times 78 is 624. But we had, oh, whoops, negative 78 here. Negative negative makes a plus. So we have 1 plus 624. That's supposed to be negative 78 there. 2 times 2 down below is just 4. So we get negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 624. And that would be 625. And the square root of 625 is just 25. So we have negative 1 plus or minus 25 over 4. So we're going to have two answers. The first one will be negative 1 plus 25, which is 24, over 4, 6. The other one would be negative 1 minus 25 over 4, but that would give us a negative number. And the width cannot be negative. The width needs to be positive in order for the question to make sense. So I'm going to reject already this other answer. And 6, because it's positive, will be equal to W. That is the width of the rectangle. That would give us an area of 78 square feet. Now, if you want to make sure we can calculate and see if we're right. Well, W is 6. What about the length? Well, the length is 2 times W plus 1. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1, 13. And the area should be 78. And the area is the width times the length. 6 times 13, 78. So that's it. The width of the rectangle will be 6